Hi, my name is Pedro Moreno, and this is my first oral exam. I have to say that this is a real story that happened to me, and story I named the story I bought a car and I sold it the next day. Well, buying a car was supposed to be a big step forward in my life, a symbol of independence and mobility, but it quickly turned into one of the most stressful experiences I've ever had. The car had been bought just one day before everything went wrong. It was a used car, but it had been advertised as being in good condition and everything seemed fine when I picked it up. The documents were ready and the engine started smoothly. I was excited, even proud, thinking about how much easier daily errands and weekend trips would be. But the next morning, everything changed. I woke I woke up early, planning to go to the local office to start the ownership transfer. When I got into the car and tried to start it, nothing happened. At first, I thought it was the key or maybe the battery had run down a little, but after checking under the hood, I realized the battery had been stolen. It had rela- literally been ripped out of the engine bay during the night. I was shocked and furious. I had only owned the car for one night and it had already been vandalized. In that moment, I understood that owning a vehicle in the city might not be as easy or safe as I had imagined. I could feel my anxiety rising, my stomach hurt, my hands were shaking, and my plans were completely ruined. By that afternoon, the car had already been pushed back into the garage and I had made up my mind. I was going to sell it, no matter what. I couldn't handle the stress, and I definitely didn't want to invest more money in repairs or replacements. I started by posting on Facebook Marketplace and reaching out to friends and family. I also spent hours writing and rewriting the ad, trying to include all the details buyers might ask about. I had to be honest. I couldn't hide the fact that the battery had been stolen, but I made sure the rest of the car's condition was clearly described. Messages started coming in quickly. Some people were genuinely interested, while others were just messing around or wasting time. I had to filter through offers, negotiate, and arrange times for people to come see the car. In 2 days, I had already scheduled 5 visits. I will be waiting all day for buyers, and by the end of the week, I will have spent more time dealing with this car than I had driving it. By the next week, I was showing the car to at least three more people. It's ironic that I bought it with the idea of freedom and I end up feeling trapped, but I stayed calm, and when people came to my house, I greeted them politely, explained the situation, emphasized that apart from the missing battery, the car was still in excellent conditions. I was hoping to sell it without losing more than the cost of the battery and the title change, and I knew I had to stand my ground during the negotiations. Some buyers tried to lower the price aggressively, saying that the battery theft was a sign of a bad area or bad luck. Others understood my positions. Eventually, one buyer offered a fair price, and after a bit of back and forth, we agreed on a deal. I ended up selling the car with a small loss, but it could have been much worse. Looking back, I believe my reaction was the best I could have in that situation. I could have panicked or ignored the problem, but instead I decided to act. I might have been naive in thinking the car would be safe parked outside, but the theft could have happened anywhere. The truth is, things like this are being experienced by more and more car owners, especially in big cities. Batteries, mirrors, even tires are being stolen in broad daylight. More security measures will be needed, or car owners will have been losing thousands every year. Buying and selling a car so quickly taught me a lot. I learned to be careful with parking, to double check security, and to always be ready for unexpected events. Will I buy a car again? Maybe, but it will definitely be more cautious, and I might think twice before leaving it on the street overnight. My anxiety, which had been triggered by this incident, slowly decreased once the car was gone. Not having to worry about debt or repairs gave me peace of mind. Still, I wonder if things could have gone differently. If I had bought a different car, parked it somewhere else, or even installed an alarm away, maybe it wouldn't have happened. But one can't live in constant fear or regret. What's done is done. In the future, I hope that the cars will be equipped with better anti-theft systems. A neighborhood will be made safer through collaboration between residents and local authorities. These incidents are not just personal inconveniences, they reflect broader issues that affect everyone. I wouldn't recommend rushing into car ownership without preparation. Doing research, talking to others, and being realistic about the risks are key steps that should not be skipped. Owning a car can give you freedom, but only if you are ready for the responsibilities and problems that come with it. And these are real images of the car when I try to sell it. And two questions. First, why did you choose this topic? Because this happened to me recently, like 4 months ago, and I remember a lot of that event in my life was very traumatic for me. Do you think it could affect again in the future? If yes, how can you prevent it? If not, why do you think it cannot affect again? Well, I think maybe, well, no, no, because how I say it in the video, I will be prepared for the next buy of or the next uh, car that I want to buy. I don't want to buy a car uh, soon. Maybe in 1 year or in 2 years, I want to buy a car. But for the moment, no. It's just a no.